Let's bring in Senator Rick Santorum right now. You heard David Axelrod talking about him. 2 months ago, he left this presidential campaign. Great to have you back on this week. And I just wanted to get you to respond, first of all, with that argument that David Axelrod was making. He said the real debate is going to be about the plans each candidate has for the future. And Mitt Romney is just wrong when he says that we should continue with the policies that we've seen in many states of laying off teachers, firefighters, and the like.
Oh, I hope it is a debate about the plans for the future, because I think Governor Romney's plan is far superior. Governor Romney's plan is about lowering taxes and getting this economy going in the private sector, which has been dragging and causing the high rates of unemployment we've seen, the low rates of growth, and reducing the regulatory burden. This administration has done more to crush business than anyone in history. I can't tell you the number of people I ran into along the campaign trail who just said, I lived through Bill Clinton, and, I really didn't think he was that bad. I mean, it was a little bit more regulation, certainly less under Bush, but Obama is a whole new scale of regulation that we've never seen that is just crushing the free enterprise system in this country. And so I'm hopeful that Mitt Romney's plan out there, what he's going to do to get this economy going, lower regulation, reduce taxes, get this private sector ginned up against Barack Obama's plan, which is to grow the private sector, create more grow the public sector and create more public sector jobs. It's a great contrast.
How about this argument about Governor Romney's business background? In some ways, the Democrats are arguing some of the arguments you made back in the campaign. Take a look.
Do you really believe this country wants to elect a Wall Street financier as the president of the United States? Do you think that's the kind of experience we need? Someone who's going to take and look after, as he did, his friends on Wall Street and bail them out at the expense of Main Street America?
Is that still a weakness for Mitt Romney? Has he taken steps to correct it?
Well, I think he has taken steps to correct it. But look, both President Obama and Governor Romney supported those bailouts. So that to me it was an issue that we took off the table. But the issue that's on the table is what the plans are going forward. And I think you saw very clearly President Obama's plans for going forward is to amp up the public sector, is to provide more support for. Teachers are great. We love teachers. But if anybody believes that hiring more teachers, as we did over the many, many years in this country, under President Clinton, even under President Bush and under early part of President Obama's administration, if that's dramatically improved the quality of education, you got to show me the numbers, because it's not. This is a false choice that somehow or another pumping more money into an education system that's already spending an enormous amount of money is going to solve the problem. What we need to do is have education reform, not throw more money at teachers. And Mitt Romney understands that.
It would lower unemployment, wouldn't it?
Well, no, actually it doesn't. I mean, there's several studies out there, George, that shows for every 100,000 increase in public sector employment, there's 150,000 decrease in private sector employment. This money that you're paying teachers, this money that you're paying public sector employees comes from somewhere, and it comes out of the private sector, and it tends to hurt job creation there. And actually the net effect is less jobs.
Let's talk about your plans for the future. You've just set up a PAC called Patriot Voices. You want to help Mitt Romney get elected. You also want to help conservatives get elected across the country. You've also said that you want the delegates that you won to go to Tampa and have influence over the platform in the Republican convention. What specifically are you looking for in the platform?
Well, I like the platform that we have right now. I am concerned that, Ron Paul and some of his supporters out there are looking for a platform fight. And I want to make sure that we have strong, principled conservatives there who stood with me in our primary fight to go there and counterbalance the effect of the Paul folks.
Finally, one other question. I know you've poo-pooed this in the past, but I just want to get this on the record. Has Mitt Romney asked you for any of your background information to be considered for vice president? What will you say if he does?
Well, no one's asked me for anything right now. We're focused on patriotvoices.com. We're focused on trying to do what we can to help Governor Romney, help candidates all across this country by rallying conservatives, getting them excited about this race and the importance of it. And that's really all I'm focused on right now. And I wish Governor Romney the best, and I'll do whatever I can to be helpful to him.
But if he calls, you do want to be considered, correct?
If he calls me, I'll answer the phone call. But I'm not anxious to get back involved in the fray right now. I've got to take responsibility for the 7 kids, and Karen and I have a lot of work to do, and we do want to be active and involved with our supporters and other folks who share our vision. Those voices who who frankly don't feel like they're being heard out there. We want to be that voice for them.
Well, Senator, you do look well rested and chipper coming off that campaign. Thanks a lot for coming in this morning.
Thank you, George.